Good evening, everyone. This is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins, and we're live here on Shaw TV tonight. And we will be taking calls, Calgary, and that number is 403-539-6710. So if you have a question for myself and also my guest tonight, you give us a call after our short commercial, which is coming up here in about 10 minutes or so time. So write that number down. And on tonight's show, I do have a guest on, as I usually do, for those of you who watch the show. And I have Fiona Millar. Is that how you pronounce it?
Millar.
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 Yes.
Because I was doing that kind of twangy thing with it.
I know, whatever. I get all sorts of twangs, so don't worry.
You get the jolts. You get the physical
I
jolts.
get the yes, I
the
do.
Physical jolts.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes.
So welcome to the show, Fiona.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm really honored that you invited me.
Oh, of course I'm going to invite you. We talk for hours, and believe me, if it's late at night, I have to put a pillow over my face because I start to laugh, and I don't want to wake up everybody in my building.
Yes, we've had some good laughs.
Yeah,
very
the witch
good
cackle laugh actually came out, and it doesn't come off that often.
Well, we bring the best out in one another.
We do. See, there she goes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So can you explain to our viewers your kind of work that you do? Because it's very different. It's very unique, and that's why I want you to come on.
Well, basically, I show people their greatness. When they come to see me, I'm able to show their greatness that they carry through different methods. The basis that I usually start with is numerology, and it just shows your potential. And so then people can decide, do I really want to continue and my own self-discovery of who I actually can be? Because you all carry that light within you. So I'm basically there just to help you expand, take the guck off that we carry in our aura, all those awful things we think about ourselves, open that heart chakra up, and emanate that beautiful white light out.
Because you're good with numbers.
Yes,
We're doing a number thing. Can you explain a little bit of that? So we'll do a birthday, let's say September 1st, 1980, for an example. How do you work with the numbers? Because I like how you do that, actually.
Well, basically, your actual day of birth. When I first start to see somebody, the first thing I do is I ask for their birth date and their full birth certificate name. So what information that gives me is the day you were born is the energy that you've been brought in with, and it's actually your past life energy that you've brought in with. So when you do the addition of your full birth date, that is your life purpose number. So that represents how all your life lessons are going to be presented to you. And then from there, I do your destiny number, which is your full birth certificate name coded out. And it tells me, how do you deliver your gifts to the world? And then from there, I usually get your soul number and your personality number, which the two of them added together equals your destiny number. And then I do a planes of expression. And it's so revealing. It's just so revealing. And when anybody comes to me, any of the problems or situations, that it's all related. This is your code for this lifetime. So to me, it's your greatness. It's your potential of what your soul decided it wanted to accomplish this lifetime.
Because the weaknesses are also going to come up. I noticed that, like you have to do more of this or that.
Well, it's there is no good or bad number, but we live in a duality here. So there's the positive and the negative. Most people live in the negative of their numbers because they haven't been shown. I mean, the one experience I had from this guy that came to see me, when I explained to him his code, he burst down in tears in front of me, and he said, I thought there was something wrong with me. I said, there's nothing wrong with you. You haven't been taught how your energy works and flows. Can't be grouped in a little, nutshell with everybody else. You have got individual energy that you need to look at and respond. Nothing wrong with you. So how great is that?
No, because I know earlier we were talking about a friend of mine, and you even mentioned that, this person needs his space, he needs his man cave, and that's so true.
Well, you just learn the numbers. It's all basically in the numbers.
Yeah.
It's all coded in. How I read compared to what somebody else reads, there's the basic information, but I don't know, I sit there when I like to look at the numbers when I have a client. I like to get the numbers in front of me, and then I just start to get things. I can almost piece where the problems are, where things are going. But I've just started using Orasoma, which is these colored bottles, and everybody loves color. And so I'm trying to explain, to get the idea across, like personality number and soul number. And I've been getting great success from people because I put the personality number in front of them. And I said, this is what your personality looks like to me. And it's like they're so taken back because the colors are just gorgeous. And it shows the light energy that they possess. So I said, that's what we're here to work. I see that in you. Now I want you to emanate that out from you. It's the most beautifulest, amazing thing to people to look at it and go, wow.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yes. Because your shirt even is all colors. You wanted to change your shirt, and I said, no, don't. Don't. Where the sparkly matches.
Yeah. Well, it's great. I just go... I see people's greatness, and I'm going, wow, that is so exciting.
Yeah.
And for some people, they just go, oh, crazy, but oh, well. I just kind of go, for those that are interested. I mean, I had one girl that came to see me, and she'd always had angel readings from me, and I said to her, okay, well, I'm doing this numerology now. She said, well, I really, really want an angel reading. So I said, if you give me the time to go through the numerology with you, I will give you all the time you need for the angel reading. She said, okay. Well, all of a sudden I brought out the sheets, giving her the information, and she just started writing. She said, Fiona, I should have had this before. I said, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But I wasn't there yet to go there.
Yeah.
So, and it's changed her life immensely. She said, it's all there for me to constantly refer back to. So it's for those that are interested and understand and want to put the time and the effort into it, big changes.
It is actually. The numbers work really good together. So that way, just even different things, you got to work on this, you got to work on that. It's like, you're right. I know I have to do this or get this going or that. So if anything, I can see that energy coming, I got to work on this or that.
Well, it just explains a lot for people. I know myself. I've got some 3s in there. Man, I can scatter energy like you wouldn't believe, and I just go, crap. And I go, I'm in the negative, so okay, let's get back and get focused. So I'm aware of it now. So then I go, okay, I'm out here again. Okay, let's get back into the mode.
Wow. So what got you started in this? What drew you into the work?
Well, you've had on Cindy Smith. One girlfriend in town said, oh, Fiona, come to an angel lady. And she said, so I went for a weekend. I never knew I could do what I am doing now. And it's just, I'd never done a deck of cards. I'd never done any readings or anything like that. And the girl that sat across from me said, are you sure you've never done this before? I go, no. And it just boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And with I've done more training in different areas. It's just
Nice.
Really, and I'm at a really, really comfortable level.
You are.
I feel very comfortable with what I'm doing.
So if somebody wanted to get more information from you or, book an appointment with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, either they can go to my website, it's www.fionapsychic.com, or they can phone me, 250-342-1713. So you can get a hold of me either way.
Exactly.
To get more information. And I usually do like to stop and talk to somebody and I ask people, what's the intention for the reading?
Exactly.
So I'm directed there for them.
Wow. Well, that's great. That's phenomenal. And Fiona, by the way, is going to be helping with the calls tonight, Calgary. We are going to take a short commercial break already. And that number to give us a call, Calgary, is 403-539-6710. Give us a call right after this quick break. We'll be right back. Good evening, everyone. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins, and we're live here on Shaw TV. And we have just opened up the phone lines, and that number, Calgary, is 403-539-6710. So give us a call, and my guest, Fiona Millar, will answer whatever questions you may have. And we already have someone on hold tonight, and our first caller would be Bridget. Bridget, you have a question for us. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you, Bridget?
I'm good.
And you have a question?
Actually, I just wanted to know about birthday, how you recognize somebody's light.
Well, for me, everybody has a different way to do it. For me, the voice is the soul that speaks. So the minute that somebody starts talking, I start getting information. And it's all done on like a vibration and energy-wise. The number one thing I always tell people is to really, really follow your gut instinct, your intuition of what energy you're picking up on.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you're a very creative person. Very creative person.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what exactly can you look into as in a birth date, as in like numbers? Like my birthday is June 3rd, 86, and what would you see in my birthday?
June 3rd?
Yes.
It's just from the 3. So for you to be living in the positive, number 3 is about creativity and expression. So as long as you're doing that, you're good to go. So as long as you keep expressing yourself, in a positive way, don't get caught up in gossip, don't scatter your energy, you're playful, you like to be involved in a few things. It's just that balance point of not extending yourself that great. So you need diversion. You can't be just doing one thing at a time. You need to have a couple of things going to keep your interest.
Yeah.
You're very, very creative.
Yeah. I feel you're somebody that really stands out in the crowd. So if there was like a room full of people, you're going to stand out more so than everybody else because you have that.
But wouldn't that be a Gemini trait?
A Gemini trait to stand out?
Yeah. Most Geminis are very creative and outstanding, you know what I'm saying? And like standing out. Would you be able for like questions about like relationships?
Yeah, but we have other people on hold already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we would love to sit here and do a whole reading on you with all these different areas and such. But because we have people on hold, we're pretty much confined to answer maybe 1 or 2 questions. But we do appreciate you calling in, Bridget, and thanks again.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And that number again, Calgary, is 403-539-6710. And our next caller is Thelma. Thelma, you have a question for Fiona and myself.
Jenny.
Yes.
Okay, am I talking to Jeni now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, hello, Jeni.
Hi, Thelma.
Yes, I've been having rather a difficult time the last few years. I have been through some very stressful times which have left me exhausted mentally and physically, and I wonder if things are going to start improving.
Yeah, I just, as soon as you started talking, I just felt this heavy weight, like just heavy weight literally go right through me. There's so many reasons for all of that right now that is going on. You're doing a lot of clearing. And how old are you now, can I ask?
Pardon?
How old are you now?
90.
90? Actually, you know, your energy's still very young for 90 years old. For you're 90 years old, like if somebody looked at you, you're going to be like, you know what, you don't look like you're 90. I really feel like you've got probably, I would say, about another 6 months to go realistically before things are going to start to shift a little bit for you. But one of the things is you got to really stop taking things to heart as much, because
which is difficult because I am very sensitive.
I know, you're very old soul, you're very intuitive, you can pick up on a lot of energy, and that's why it goes right through you. So it does affect you. So it's all about just trying to let a lot of different things go, especially when they're not in your control. You have a really big heart, that motherly energy that really comes in to help everybody. But you know, there's always a limit for what, you know, each of us can handle, and also our boundaries. Because the more energy you're going to take in, the more energy it's going to make you heavier, meaning on your shoulders, like weights on your shoulders. What about you, Fiona? What would you suggest?
Well, I'm instinctively, I want to long distance heal you and clear you. And I don't know if that's appropriate.
Long distance
healing.
Yes.
Are you okay with that?
With long distance healing?
Yep.
I don't quite understand what you mean, Fiona.
I use my hands. I have energy. I can do it long distance for you.
Oh,
the energy.
That would be marvelous.
Okay, so I'm just going to start at your head.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come around both sides. So when I jolt the way that I joke, I see on screen, I'm just clearing. I'm clearing energy off you. I'm clearing your blockages.
Yeah, something with your hip too.
I'll have to do it on the other side.
With your hip. I'm feeling like needs a little bit more structure on the hip. I think you'll sleep better tonight.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. Yeah, long distance healing.
So basically I'm just going to say to you, you've got like thought form attachments attached to you. You cannot let what other people say to you and take it to your heart.
Yeah.
Because it's attaching in on an auric level, and you're carrying that with you.
Yeah.
Be that beautiful divine being that you feel you are.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody else says.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Stop being told how you should act and how you should do things.
And that's what happens when you hold on to different energy, when you have to let it go.
Let that beautiful spirit come out of you, because it's there.
It seems quite often that I'm banging against a brick wall. I can't get things done.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and I think, why the dickens is that happening?
That's the heavy energy. Remember how I said earlier there's a lot of heavy energy on your shoulders right now? That's exactly what I meant. You know, if I was carrying everybody's problems, then, you know, right away your energy is going to be scattered. It could be very mixed up, you know, not seeing things properly. You're carrying a lot of energy, so you got to let it go. So, and once you start working on that, everything will be, you know, a lot better. So if you start working on that, especially now, you know, like Fiona's giving you, you know, a clearing.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, it's a process that you got to keep up with. So if you keep on doing that within the 6 months, even sooner, that all could shift for you.
To put my hands down like, what you mean? Same as she did?
Yeah, don't worry about that, because you don't need to be moving or anything like that. But thank you, Thelma, for calling. We've already have somebody else on hold as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling. And we have another person on hold, and our next caller would be Fred. Fred, you have a question for Fiona and myself. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Fred. How are you?
Oh, I'm not doing too good. I'm an 82-year-old guy, and I've been overwhelmed lately. First of all, after Easter, my granddaughter had a heart attack. And yesterday, my daughter-in-law phoned me, and my son had a stroke. And I was just wondering, is there a light at the end of the tunnel?
There is. There is. You just got to give things time. Within 3 months, things are going to clear out, and they're going to get a lot better for you. Just watch your hips too, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Just watch your hips area.
I'm sorry, I still got that.
In your hips, like your hips. So
my son?
Your hips. In your legs.
My hip is, yeah.
Yeah, your legs.
A little bit better, the arthritis, depending on the weather too, right?
Yeah. So just kind of move them around just a little bit more, like a little bit more fluctuation there. But no, things are gonna get better. Like we're just in the series of Mercury retrograde, getting out of it. So whenever Mercury retrograde is, things have a tendency to kind of go upside down, as I call it, because sometimes when things go upside down, it brings things into balance where we need to balance things out. What about you, Fiona?
So, it's your family members that sound like they're having heart problems. So can you think of maybe helping them to openly express their feelings? Maybe sit down with the family and create a safe area. Because that's what the heart is screaming, because it's been shut down. The energetic flow is not there. So it's really about expressing the emotions, and sometimes whether they're right or wrong, people just need to voice them and get them off their chest.
Because when you keep it in,
you hold
your emotions, it creates heart disease and problems.
And when I work on women, a lot of women, it's usually through here. We have a second heart chakra here. And when women don't speak, it's held. It's so thick between the throat chakra and the second heart chakra. And it needs to be released, because we create the illness then.
Yeah.
It's bound in energy, which needs to be released.
Definitely.
So just keep on trucking there, guy. Keep on going.
I got no other choice, you know. The bad part is my son lives up in the Rocky Mountain house, and he's in a hospital in Red Deer. And at 82, I don't like to get out on a highway and try to. We'll see how things go. Anyway, but I appreciate your insight, and thank you very much.
I have a suggestion for you.
Okay.
For your son, and it was your daughter also.
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter. Is that you can speak to their higher self. So at nighttime, I would love it if you said to their higher selves how much you loved, cared, and really are so grateful that they're in your life. Okay?
Yeah.
They know that. Yeah. I've been looking after them ever since my wife passed away 12 years ago. And I'm speaking from experience. I had a heart attack 31 years ago, and I'm too ornery to die.
No, you're going to be around for quite some time, Fred.
Okay, I thank you very kindly.
You're very welcome, and thanks.
Good night.
Thanks for calling in. And we have another caller on hold as well. And our caller is Leslie, and we have to answer or ask a pretty kind of quick question. You have a question for Fiona and myself, Leslie.
Yes, I'm having difficulties in basically every area of my life, and I would just like to know if you have any words of guidance that you could give me.
You got to surrender everything. When you hold on to things too tightly, then it can send out the wrong signals everywhere, and then our mind can get really scattered into what direction we need to go. What you need to do is start listening and hear your own soul speak rather than everybody else telling you what you need to do with your life. Because when we have other people telling us, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to consistently, then your mind is going to be everywhere all together. So you got to ask yourself, what do you truly, truly want to do? And then you work on things one day at a time. Actually, I see you even working in like kind of like a smaller environment and some type of an office environment. So, but you can go and do whatever it is you truly want to do. What's your passion?
Healing.
There you go. You have to own it. Like for people, because I help people bring out their abilities. So, I mean, for instance, if somebody says, you know, I'd love to do healing, I'd like to do readings, I'd like to do this, then the first thing you need to do is you need to own it. I'm a reader, I'm a healer, whatever it is. And then it's like, okay, I need to learn more about this. So there's always courses out there or different things that can help you. But you have to take those first steps. You know, you can go and buy books to learn about healing. You can take a class from someone. Anything like that. And then when you put your focus on that, okay, I'm going to learn how to do healings. You know, find out what type of healings you want to do. Are they pranic healings? Is it Reiki? Is it, you know, what type of healings? And then you say, okay, I'm going to go learn more about it right now. And then that new door opens for you. But you got to own it. You really got to own it. This is me. This is what I want to do. And like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. We each are here for our own passion and our own reason. So walk that path, Leslie, and doors will open up for you big time. And I'm already getting the wrap-up sign already. We are at the end of the show. Thank you, Leslie, for calling in, but make sure you go that direction. It won't steer you wrong.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. And I want to thank my guest, Fiona Millar, for coming on. Fiona came all the way in here from Invermere.
It was a beautiful drive, though.
Yes.
Beauty.
Yes, it is. And I would highly recommend to go to her website and check out her work. We laugh all the time when we joke around, and she knows her numbers. She really does. And we are live next Wednesday night on Shaw TV. I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. Good night, everyone. This is Soul Work.